Born in 1837, Mary Harris Jones, known as Mother Jones, was an American schoolteacher and dressmaker who went on to become a prominent workers' rights activist and community organizer. Back then, many children and kids under the age of 13 were very injured and worked long days in textile factories. This included working 14-hour shifts, getting beat by the managers, losing limbs, arms, legs, and fingers. They also did not get enough money. They got $3 per week or something around that range, which is not nearly enough as we get today from working 14-hour shifts. Mother Jones was determined to change that. Mother Jones asked various newspaper publishers why they didn't write about child labor laws in Pennsylvania. The publishers told her that they could not, since the owners of mills also owned stock in their newspapers. And a quote by Mother Jones said, "Well, I've got stock in these little children," she said, "and I'll arrange a little publicity." Mother Jones gathered a large group of mill children to go on a march. March from Philadelphia to Sagamore Hill, the president's seaside mansion on Long Island near New York City, would cover 125 miles. It would be a very difficult journey, but finally the parents agreed. Many decided to come along the march. Other striking men and women offered to help too. July 7, 1903, nearly 300 men, women, and children, followed by 4 wagons with supplies, began the long march. Newspaper carried daily reports of the march, calling the group Mother Jones Industry Army. Mother Jones brought along costumes, makeup, and jewelry so the children could stop in towns along the route and put on plays about the struggle of textile workers. On July 10th, marchers camped across the Delaware River from Trenton, New Jersey. They had traveled about 40 miles in 3 days. First, police told the group they couldn't enter the city. Trenton mill owners didn't want any trouble, but Mother Jones invited the police to stay for lunch. The children gathered around the cooking pot with their tin plates and cups. The policemen smiled, talked kindly to them, and eventually Mother Jones talked them into it, and they allowed them to cross. And now the children grew weak, and most of them returned home. Mother Jones also spoke at Princeton University. Mother Jones wrote a letter to President Roosevelt. She told him how these poor mill children lived, appealed to him as a father, and asked to meet with her and the children. President Roosevelt did not answer, though. July 24th, after more than 2 weeks on the road, the marchers reached New York City. By now, just 20 marchers remained. One of them was Eddie Dunphy, a child whose job was to sit on a high stool 11 hours a day, handing thread to another worker. We want President Roosevelt to hear the wail of the children who never have a chance to go to school but work 11 and 12 hours a day in textile mills of Pennsylvania. The walk had taken almost 3 weeks. Mother Jones had written the president twice with no answer. On July 29th, she took 3 young boys to Sagamore Hill, where the president was staying, but the Secret Service stopped them at the mansion's gates. The president would not see them. The group returned to New York City discouraged. Mother Jones reported her failure to the newspapers. Eventually, the president's secretary replied that the president thought it was a state matter, that each individual state should work, not the whole country. In August, Mother Jones finally took the last 3 children home. She did not mess with the president. Mother Jones had drawn the attention of the nation to the problem of child labor law and got much publicity for the issue. In New York, New Jersey, and other states did pass a tougher child labor law. The federal government finally passed a child labor law, part of the Fair Labor Standards Act, in 1938, 35 years after the March of the Mill Children and the impact of Mother Jones. She impacted the world today, and we thank her for that.